Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? It's your girl Lauren Mathis with Sex Potions and Petals and Pillow Talk Conversations. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. How are you all doing? Sorry, I had a little misstep. We had to restart all over. But yeah. Hello, good afternoon to everyone. It's your girl Lauren Mathis. Thank you all for tuning in. I wanted to come in and um just kiki with you all for a couple minutes. I know I've been inactive. Um, Life happens. So I'm about to just, talk and just over a glass of Merlot and just get it started. So if you all are wondering what I'm drinking, it's from my wine business, wine shop. I'm an independent wine shop and home consultant and also CEO of Love Story Mobile Winery. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. You can go to and it just shows you all the wines. If you all are not familiar with what I do, just the first time you all seeing me, um, let me introduce myself to you. Um, I am, like I said, I'm an independent wine consultant from Wine Shop at Home. I do wine tasting parties, and I also have a company of my own. It's called Love Story Mobile Winery, and we do wine tasting parties. Of course, we do bar services, event planning, date night in the box, paint and sip parties. Bar services for weddings, bridal showers, um, bridal showers, engagement parties, couples enrichment, events, things like that. And I'm also a certified um, sexologist and a relationship coach. And so on this channel, on this platform, we talk about everything from sex, dating, relationships, marriage enrichment, um, sexuality. I bring wine to you all. We do wine tastings, virtual wine tastings and happy hours, and many more things. So, oh, I keep hitting my microphone. So, welcome to this page. Like I said, we can talk about all things love, romance, wine, um, and just and also um, social issues in our community, well, in the African American community, um, to help us elevate and rebuild on love. My mission is to help you all and us rebuild our community and our nation through love. So, like I said, this is our safe, our room. I'll be bringing you all bring it to. I'm supposed to be bringing it to you all on a weekly basis, but life has just been hectic, as you all know. We're about to get into that, and let's just kiki for a second. So, um, I've done spur videos here and there, in the midst of the of what is going on, due to, like I said, the pandemic and COVID-19, and also dealing with, the racial injustices of this nation. And I am also a mom. I'm a wife, and I'm a mom of seven. And so, every and like I said, I'm also a business owner. So I had to sit down. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. We all going through it in the world. And me as a mom, my first priority is as a wife and a mom. My first priority is my family. And so I felt as if um, I had to step back and retreat and take care of home first. So, and like I said, I had to make sure my husband is straight and make sure my babies are straight. Because if they're not straight, then nothing else can happen. They come first. But anywho, um, so life happened, and we dealt with some tragic situations. We dealt with a lot of, due to COVID-19, loss of family, um, and well, loss of family, social distancing, explaining to our babies what is going on, trying to constantly encourage them, enlighten them, keep them positive and going, and also trying to find a way to process and deal with our own issues. It's just, life has been, yeah, life has been real, um, but the grace and the love of God and the love of family, and it pulls you through. Um, Even though this has been a hectic time, I have found joy and peace in just sitting down and embracing the moment. My daughter's bringing me popcorn. Please forgive me. Thank you, baby. She's creeping because she wants her mommy and she wants popcorn with her mommy. But I hope you made some in the house. I hope you made some in the house. Go ahead, you can. Mommy's going live. So I'll talk to you later. I don't know if you all can hear my baby. When I'm done, I'll call you in a minute. See, my babies are spoiled, rotten. But let me sit this over here. But as I was saying, in the midst of the chaos and all that's going on in the world, I have literally found peace. Um, it- I have literally found peace and just forced to disconnect from the outside world and just learning to enjoy and love and appreciate what I have at home. Learning to homeschool my babies and completely rely on just us alone and loving on my husband, even in the midst of sometimes us getting on each other's nerves. Um, I'm enjoying it all. I'm enjoying that we can sit down, we can relax, we can really put everything into perspective, getting our affairs in orders, regrouping and restructuring life, business, love, and just building from there. It's been a eye opener, and it's been a true blessing, and I'm grateful for this blessing during this time. So, um, and then it also during this time of regrouping and social distancing, it's also given me more time. I don't know if you okay. Forgive me, you all. I live in the country, so I don't know what is going on. Usually, my internet works back here. Today it's crazy, but it is what it is. But I'm just really learning to enjoy myself in this time of regroup and um just really plan out and organize myself and where and goals for myself and executing them the way that I wish for them to go. Um, but also it makes me open to really. I'm a thinker. Let me explain it. I'm really and I think a lot, and my mind is always constantly running. And in this time, I have really had to sit back. And there's times where I have gone more on Facebook, and I've had conversations of how to rebuild and how to organize, especially in our community, and dealing with Black love and Black marriages and Black family. Um, and just figuring out where we need to go from there and how we can unite and fix us and build us. And so I think it was last week, last Monday, I had did a live about the art of love and war and how to rebuild our nation, and also dealing with a piece where there was some women who said, um, "Hey, how do we deal with the issue of our men and women, our black men and women at war with each other?" And I got a lot of comments and a lot of feedback back. And I wanted to continue that because that is the root, that is the foundation of rebuilding any type of nation. In order for us to get to a place, in order for us to build a nation, it starts at home first. Your first nation is your home. Your first nation that you build is the relationship that you build inside of your home. And that's between, whether, me, you know, uh, with me and my husband. It can be you and your husband, or you and your wife, or you and your partner. Um, the relationship that you have between you and you two, and the family that you all built is your own little community. It's your own little nation. It's your own little tribe. And then you build on from there. And then you teaching your children, you're their first role models, and you're the first person that they go to and they seek. And they watching everything. You are their world, and they get their perception from you. They view the world and they view the world from your eyes and from your lens as well. And this is how we build each other. And so we have a whole lot of work to do, honeys. We really do. Um, I watched far too long. I'm gonna be honest. Let's keep it 100 on here. This is what I am. I don't sugarcoat. I don't chase. I don't sugarcoat. I don't do nothing with a chaser. That ain't me. Unless it's some real, unless it's some cognac, then yeah, that's it. But let's keep it all way G. Okay. We have some serious issues in our community. We really do. And it starts at home. It starts with the relationships at home, dealing with the relationship dynamic between a black man and a black woman. And our babies are watching us. And far more, I've heard and I've seen women say, "We have been holding this country on our backs for too long. Where is the support? We need the support. We need our black men." And I'm telling you, I have heard so many times, and I've had in my inbox, men telling us, we're here. And I really do believe that we need to continue having these conversations and open up the eyes and everything. But um, we have some issues that we need to deal with and we need to address at hand. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of brokenness. We got a lot of brokenness. We got a lot of pain. We got a lot of trauma. We got to get across that, and we also got to have some accountability, because without any self accountability, we're not going to get anywhere. We're just not, and we have to do better. We really have to. Of not just for us, but for the sake of our babies. We can't be bringing babies into the world, or just anybody, or just because we like a person. It should be, when we bring in children in the world, we should have a spiritual divine connection with the person, Whether you choose to be married or not, that's your decision, your choice. But you should have a strong spiritual, loving, divine connection with who you decide you want to create a family with. Because our children sees that. Our children will grow up. If you end up having some by a child by somebody who you think that, oh, I think I like this person, or you barely know, honey, that is a recipe for disaster. I'm just telling you. Like, because if you all are not on the same page spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, and so many other things, you won't have hell on your hands. And your children are the only ones who are going to suffer. We got to start making better, wiser choices. And ladies, I'm going to be honest. We are the ones who are supposed to be choosing our men, right? Um, Men don't choose us. Okay, let me say, we as women, we are one of the most powerful, resourceful, divine beings that God could ever create. We are the life givers, givers of life. We are nurturers. We are lovers. We are creators. We are fire. We are magnificent in any and every way. And I want you all to understand that we are the ones who build a nation, honestly. And we all need to understand and know our power from within, and knowing that um, we are the one who chooses our men. We have to be mindful and careful of who we decide we're going to invite into our life, invite into our space, because and who we decide to be in a relationship with, and who we decide to have children with. We can't just go around giving ourselves freely to anybody who doesn't mean us any good. You know what I'm saying? And we as the people, we as women, we have to own our powership and we have to stand firm on it and not give it away so freely. A man should come to you 10 toes down, solid, legit, with a plan. He should always be upfront with his intentions, and you should, you know, he should be upfront with his intentions. You should put him on make sure and keep him, keep him in check. If any time he shows you, we gotta go past the representative. We gotta go past the 90-day rule. We need to really investigate these men who we are leading into we are allowing into our space and into our lives. Just because he may look good, that don't mean that he has a solid foundation. Just because he may have a little bread, that don't mean he should he is spiritually and mentally sound. Because there's men out here who do have money and they are spiritually and mentally bankrupt. You should choose a man who matches your spirit and matches your equal. We should start as women. Yes, we are nurturers. Yes, we are the ones who take care of the family and take care of our men. But we need to stop taking care of grown babies or mamas, boys, or boys. Period. Males who has no goat, no future about themselves, who have a whole bunch of drama, who are ladies' men. They gotta go. All that they gotta go. You cannot build a solid foundation with anyone, with anyone who can't come correct or who is filled with chaos. We can't do it. We gotta do better. We are in control of who we choose. It starts off with date night. It starts off with so many things. Excuse me, y'all. Okay. It starts off with so many things that we have to deal with. But we need to stop letting any and everybody into our space. That doesn't mean us any good. Because and I'm gonna just speak from, let me give you my story and my personal experience. My marriage that I'm in now is my second marriage. I got married really young to a guy. He was who came to who representative showed me a man, but was a nightmare in disguise. And I had children. My first three are biologically by my first husband, and he was a nightmare. I will tell you that. And I really did not learn who he truly was until after I got pregnant with our oldest son. And that was because I did not take the time to really get to know him. And I allowed a man that I barely knew into my space. And even though everything that he showed me financially was looking good, but mentally and spiritually, and he talked a good gab spiritually. But as we unpeeled the layers and a baby was about to come into the world, he showed me, honey, this is a devil in disguise. I mean, the true face of wolves in sheep's clothing. And I had experienced that. Number one, I allowed this man into my space. And I had to figure out a way to get rid of him, heal from him, and let God, let go and let God, and for him to allow the right man to come. And he did into my life to get me to where I want to go. And to for me to lead. Sorry, not get me to where I want to go. Sorry, wrong choice of word. For me to live the life that I had envisioned, especially when it come down to relationships and familyhood and marriage. I had to take a look in within me to realize my faults and hold myself accountable for who I allowed in my space and in my time. And through that, and like I said, we went through it all. I mean, me and my ex husband, we used to fight, throw blows. I mean, it was crazy. We had it was just pure dysfunction. Him only taking care of his children if he wanted, if I would coming back into the home of madness, or if I was had sex with him, um, and like I said, allowing me to be sucked back into the madness and allow his madness. And so one day I realized, I said, man, this can't keep going. I said, I gotta, it really clicked when I had my daughter, my first daughter. And I said, I cannot allow this foolishness to continue. I refuse to raise boys who will end up being wife beaters and or just spiritually bankrupt because of this whole situation and repeat a dysfunctional cycle. And me as a mother, I owed it to my daughter to be to show her how a man is supposed to see her. And when I left, when I began to work on me, and even still in the midst of working on me, I have really um I, I made sure I picked a mate with a good intent, who number one matched my spiritual and matched my spiritual growth, excuse me, y'all. Not only matched what I wanted spiritually and mentally, um, but just also um but not only that, but also matching me spiritually, mentally, but also where I choose to go in life. I knew from a child. Excuse me, y'all. I'm in my wine cabin, and I'm gonna tell y'all we live in the country, so we see any and everything. So I'm like, I just saw something. I said, oh, okay, wait a minute, making sure. But when I met my when I wanted to when I met my husband, or in the process of me during that time and me healing myself through a dysfunctional relationship, I knew the next man that I wanted to be with. I wanted him to match not only my spiritual growth and what I wanted spiritually and mentally, but also where I wanted to go in life. And um, I wanted to for myself. I know for a very long time that I wanted to be a business owner one day. Um, and this is from me being a child, and I knew that I wanted something to call my own. I know I wanted to be a service to the community. I knew and like I said, from a very young age, and I knew what I wanted out of life. I always knew what I wanted out of life, and I just needed somebody to match my fire, match my flame. And I met my husband, and and we have that same match, that same fire, that same flame, and we get each other. And not only that, our role models to our children. I want our babies to look at us and say, "Mommy and Daddy, we learned from my mother and father the positive things to do. Um, what is healthy, what is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? And how we supposed to progress and build on." And so I say that is we got to start doing better. We got to start holding ourselves accountable. Stop accepting any type of anything into our lives that don't mean us any good. Just because he may got a big penis, just because he might got some beautiful eyes, just because he might have some beautiful a beautiful complexion or whatever. You need to stop looking at the outer, or stop looking at the what he has to financially bring sometimes. But even though that does matter, but still what he financially brings, he should also have something to bring to you in here and in here and in here. Is he stable that way? If he's stable in here and in here and in here, That's who you should be bringing home. That's who you should be willing to bring. You should be willing to bring build with. That's who you should be submitting yourself to and laying yourself down to. That's who you should be sexually intertwining with and creating with. Because if you are sexually and if you are intertwining with the right person and making love with the right person, making life with the right person, I promise you, your life will flow as easy as the river. Dealing with self and learning to hold self is the first okay, is the first step in building any nation. Ladies, I'm gonna get off here in a minute because it's been 31 minutes. But we have to learn to love ourselves, and we have to know our worth, and not to lay down with anybody. It starts with us and who we choose. We set the standards for what we want and who we build with. But I want to continue this conversation, and we will do it at another time. I know I am. It's much more that I wanted to have a conversation with, but I thank you all for tuning in, and we will continue this conversation sometime this week. Um, I am going to be back this week. It's just been a lot that's been going on, and I had to, just take a step back and just really refocus and, you know, eh, um, and make sure things is okay in the Mathis Cornish household. So, but I'm gonna get to that conversation because that's my mommy that just called me and texted me, and so that means I'm trying to figure out when she's gonna come over, um, so I can spend time with her. And I'm rebuilding that relationship as well. And that's another conversation maybe we should have. Mother daughter relationships. If you all want to have that conversation, you all let me know. Um, but like I said, I love the space that we're in right now. Um, Learning to regroup and spending time with your loved ones and reevaluating relationships that means the most. The first relationship, well, outside of my husband and my children, the first relationship that ever meant anything to me before my husband came along was my mother's. Um, and I'm glad that even in this space and time, even in the midst of chaos, I'm I'm learning and I'm open and we're working on that. But that's like I said, that's a whole nother different topic of conversation. But it's 34 minutes and 2 seconds, and I gotta end it and get to my mother and figure out what time she's coming over today. So thank you all for tuning in. I love you all. Have a good day. Be safe. Social distance. Stay home. Have a great day on purpose. Bye bye.